Hi, I'm Scott Mansell, Driver 61's resident racer and coach, and welcome to our question and answer series. Today's question comes from Carlos in Spain, and he asks, how will F1 drivers need to change their driving style to suit the 2017 regulations? So first up, let's look at what's actually changed within the regulations. We have new, fatter, but probably harder compound tyres. We have a wider track, we have bigger barge boards, and we have a taller and longer diffuser, along with some other aerodynamic changes. So this means that the cars will be faster in the corners, probably faster in the low-speed mechanical corners and definitely faster in the high-speed corners. The cars will be slower down the straights because they have more frontal area, which means more drag, and the braking zones, because they have more grip and they'll be arriving at the corner slower, will be shorter. So overall, we can say that the 2017 F1 cars will have a higher grip to power ratio than they did in 2016. The biggest thing to change will be the racing line. Now, it won't change massively, and it might be actually quite difficult to see it on the TV, but there will be some changes. The drivers, because the cars have a lower power to grip ratio, the drivers will be taking a racing line that's closer to the geometrical racing line through the corner. And that's because this year it will be more important to maintain a higher minimum cornering speed than last year, because you can carry more speed through the corner and it's more difficult to accelerate when the car's in a straight line because of that lower power to grip ratio. So if we take a look at this excellent diagram that I've drawn that compares the 2016 line versus the 2017 line, then we can better explain why we're getting closer to the geometric line rather than last year's line. Now, it is slightly exaggerated. The drivers won't make such a big difference than this, but it's better to explain it like this so it's nice and simple. So the red line is a 2016 line. Now, because they had less grip then compared to the power, they would try to get the car on the exit as straight as possible so that they can get the power down and get the car travelling along the next straight to have as big a win on the lap time as possible. So it means in this area, the steering angle, the corner is actually a little bit tighter than compared to the green 2017 line, because they have to get the car turned a little bit earlier, get it turned here just towards the apex, and then get it straight so we can get on the accelerator as early as possible and carry that speed down the next straight. Now, the 2017 line, where we're trying to carry as much speed through the corner as we possibly can, the drivers will actually turn in slightly earlier with slightly less steering angle, and you can see that we don't have this strong kink in the racing line. It's a lot more of a smooth racing line, and that's because we're trying to maintain as much speed through the corner as we can, and we want to keep the minimum speed through the corner as high as possible, because then when we come out of the corner, we don't have the availability of acceleration that we had in previous years, because we've got more drag and we've got more aero, so we need to carry that speed through the corner. The other thing that many of the drivers are talking about is the fact that some corners that weren't quite flat out last year will now be flat out this year. Now, that doesn't change the racing line, particularly when you're just coming up to a single corner that might be flat out, such as Copse or Turn 1 at Silverstone. However, when we're talking about a complex or a sequence of quick corners like Maggots, Beckett's, Chapel at Silverstone, it will affect how the drivers will attack these sequences of corners. Now, the reason being is that if you think about Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel, it's a left, right, left, right, left. Previously, the first left was flat out, the first right wasn't quite flat out. So if these corners can now be taken flat out easily, it means that the drivers can actually keep the car slightly further over to the right hand side before they head into the next left and open that part of the corner up a little bit more. And when they open the second and third part of the corner a little bit more, it means that they can then take a better line in and carry more speed through the rest of the complex. Finally, the tyre compound should make quite a big difference to how we see the drivers attacking, especially within the race. Hopefully we'll see the drivers driving at the edge a lot more, so we'll see the cars moving around, we'll see them being able to attack the tyres rather than looking after the tyres like they did through the last 3 or 4 years. So that will be fantastic to watch. It means that they can probably be a lot harder on the accelerator, also with the improved aerodynamics, so it means they'll get to full throttle a lot sooner. Thank you very much for watching today's question and answer video. If you have a question of your own, please head over to driver61.com/resources/QA to ask your own question. If you enjoyed this video, please click down here to subscribe. And if you'd like to check out more in-depth tutorials, please check out the Drivers University by clicking up here. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.